Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Instafrag of Women's Grand Final matchup between Carnage and Ravens. I'm joined here by Krista Average and Bemi. How are you doing, buddies?
Yeah, good, you and me. Hello to you, hello to Bemi, and hello to everyone watching us this evening. And, well, it's going to be a good grand final here as, wait, sorry? I thought you said something, mate. Why are you destroying my flow? Come on, man.
I'm sorry. It's
good.
one of my many talents.
Trust me, I know.
Anyways, it's going to be a good final. The best two teams in female Australian Counter-Strike battling out in this best of three, and, well, should be some good action. Although, in saying that, as just a quick prediction, I think Carnage should have this game quite easily 2-0 in my opinion, but you never know. Ravens might be able to steal a cheeky map here or there as they do push towards Diggy. It looks like it's going to be an opening A hit.
Quick note, we have no game sound on stream.
Right now, looking pretty good back and forth trade, but I mean, just interesting ways that they're peaking right now just on this site and just going for the trade. But like right now, Raven looking pretty good, and this is looking pretty dire at the moment. Trades are back and forth. There is at least a kid on Connie, but they already get shot down. They're hanging out in the library. Riv is nowhere to be seen. They're trying to do the impossible, the 1v3, but they're just going to get shut down. And already a good start for the Ravens.
A very good start indeed from them. They pretty much went straight for a diggity, split Carnage wide open, and then, yeah, they couldn't really progress from there on. So good start to both the map and the series here for Ravens, as they'll just go straight for an anti-eco. Meanwhile for Carnage, they're beyond an interesting buy there with Nova, but I see this working, to be honest. That Nova can be very disruptive, especially if you just go straight behind Broken Wall or one of the cubbies near A. It can work out perfectly.
Certainly covers apartments as well. D goes a little bit back and forth. They do manage to get...
There we go.
Trasha, yeah, there's a little... Certainly doing his job. There's Anne. Oh my God, she is blowing them out of apartments, evicting them. I didn't know Anne was the landlord at Inferno, but apparently she is. And right now it is just Vixen, and this is going to be pretty much the round over unless they do something crazy. But I don't think it's going to be the case. They're shut. Certainly one way to come back. A rolling now to see what they use with the economy. Do they go ahead and upgrade, or do they just stick with what they got?
Well, it looks like they are just going to be going for a mix, but yeah, that was a glorious round there from BBR, just using the Nova pretty much to perfection there around Diggity, just popping off a few heads, and then she didn't even over-aggress. She just played it what normally only peaked when she needed to, and look what happened. The damage was completely done, and Ravens, well, they'll lose their first round, and they're forced on to an early eco here. Meanwhile for Carnage, as I said earlier, a bit of a mix. Riv onto the M4, everyone else onto SMGs as, well, wait, Ravens, looks like they are just going to play passively here. And something to point out, this is a recurring theme you'll probably see from Carnage here. They normally like to give up that top banana control. It does hurt them at times, but normally it does work out for them as Riv looks funny opening.
Right now, a little back and forth in a trade. Just going to go for slight open phase paint on Coffin. Just going to go ahead and set up and try to hold down the site. They only have a Flash and Molly to their name, but I mean, there is a lot of utility, and I mean, they're already going to get Trina, and this is looking good for Carnage, as they will be able to just go ahead and take out Watanti, and then there it is, at least one more kill, and they only got Jasmine. Last one remaining does catch him off guard, but oh my God, and I think this is a signature weapon of theirs because they are pretty dead on it.
Yeah, you can definitely say that. That is easily more than $5,000 added to the economy of BBR.
They have 10 grand already. It's round 4.
$900 kill bonus, ladies and gentlemen. It does a wonders to your economy, and she's going to keep it into the third round. I mean, at least, why not?
Yeah. I love this. I already am enjoying this series. Potentially.
You don't see Mac-10s carry it over too much nowadays. You see them get thrown out and bought up immediately, but it's nice to see it carried over, and it could do a lot of damage, especially since it is being taken here into Banana.
Definitely. It's not broken.
Yeah, but I'm saying that, look at Hope's economy. It's not really that strong. She only has $800 after armor
That
and
nade.
utility, so has to try and get as much as little as she can. And well, Trina, good to try that just to find one, but will be traded out.
Oh,
And once again, top top 9 control, given over to the T's.
Riv got a little bit toasty in that Molotov trying to get away. Lost so much health. I think it was about 60.
Yeah.
Does allow them to set up the crossfire, though. Just be able to hold down the site, be a little bit more better. At least get the trades when the rotation starts coming in. But it looks like they're going to just go ahead and start committing to A. Only losing Trina in the process. This is definitely still in the favor of Ravens to maybe make it 2 for 2.
It is, and they do have so much more utility than Carnage does actually at the moment either. They have 2 flashbangs left, which is in the hands of them Act 10. So that's
true, but here's the thing. There's the kits. We always talk about the kits, you.
Oh, I haven't even thought about kits yet. Don't get me on that train.
It's definitely in favor for Carnage. Oh my. Okay. Well, that worked. Well, the bomb's been planted, but they can certainly set up at library.
They can, but they do have the AWP here in Artemis's hands. Will Artemis be able to find these players that are being sneaky, hiding, and no, the earlier kill hasn't come in yet, so we'll just be playing for exits and saving at the moment.
Yeah, and that's all they can really do here. There was a good call there by Ravens not to commit straight towards B side and then fall back over towards A. Able to get the 2 for 1 over towards Boiler and more Pit, and then, well, after that, there was really no opportunity there for Carnage to come back in. And, well, they will be losing that second round of the game. Their economy will be fairly mixed now as well. A couple of players over 3,000, obviously Beyond being the obvious example of that, but look at Connie and Hope. They're both under that mark. And, well, if they are going to buy, it's going to be a very mixed buy here, but let's see what they go for. It looks like Beyond will be able to drop for one of the teammates, Hope. Back onto the Deagle, obviously getting that 1 dig in the second round. It was a pretty good kill there, as once again, Carnage decided not to really contest top Nana, and Raven should have a good holding pad here if they want to go towards B.
Right down here, just patience gathering information for the side of Ravens. No peaks, just hanging out in apartments, seeing which sites are best to go. But it looks like they are getting ready towards B. Maybe try to beta a little bit from A, see if they can get a trade so that if the rotation happens, not going to be player advantage for them. But we'll have to wait and see what's happening. Right now, Carnage looking pretty good to just take whatever names are going to pop out of the smoke. And Trasha just going to be able to drop utility, try to psych them out, and then they're all going to go toward B. Yeah, they are. But they're trying to psych out. But that kill onto Connie, they're going to know that they're just kind of rotating on to B side, and looks like they're going to be able to hand them down. One trade is going to go. Riv goes down. There's an op coming in, and coming to save the day is Artemis.
Riv did a lot of damage from the flowers there, but he wasn't able to capitalize.
Whew. I mean, they tagged Vixen.
It did tag Vixen and Trina as well. Trina got taken down quite early, and Natasha getting to one, almost a second. There is one still player. Oh, Vixen's dead now.
Here we go.
Nathias, last player left alive. Oh, sticking the bomb. Almost getting the defuse. Artemis, last player left alive, has this AWP and isn't actually going to try for it.
Oh.
And, well, that's an unfortunate round for Carnage. They could have had it. Hope obviously sticking it. I think she might have just misclicked off it because or she didn't have a kit, because that felt definitely a lot more than 5 seconds on the bomb. They did? Okay, so she was either just off or...
And there was enough time, but in saying that, the player being so close, it was an extremely dangerous situation. If you tap that bomb, you're in a very awkward predicament.
Whoa!
Yeah, exactly. As Artemis just pogs Vixen out of the server there. A beautiful shot by the AWP of the Carnage, but as I was going to say, as I said earlier, Carnage tend to try and leave top Nana open for their opposition. Now, it's always a bit of a risky strategy, because if they have an execute set up and that And if it really relies on top Nada, then you're giving the T's a lot of advantages there. I saw this was, and that was a pretty recurring theme during most of the regular season games on for Carnage on Inferno CT side. It was a bit annoying to see, but it does work out normally. And well, once that starts to get in motion, then yeah, life gets quite hard here for Ravens. But in saying that, Ravens not looking too good right now, as on the mix buy, they're already down to 2 players, split between mid and anti-mid here. Not really too much they can do, and this should be the round going into the hands of the CTs, and we should be seeing a 3-all.
In theory, we should, but you never know with these rifles, with the skill of these players. Nathai does have the bomb, though. Gets 1 kill, but will he be able to survive the AWP? No.
Nope.
No, she will not.
No, it's very tall order to ask for 1v5 to come in clutch. Very few people have done it, so I mean, there's nothing to blame on them. But yeah, and well, it's been certainly back and forth for both sides. I mean, Chris, what do the teams have to do to gain more ground to at least have a 2-round lead?
Well, it's always tricky, especially on Inferno, which can be a tricky map to navigate, especially if the teams are trading rounds early on. I really think the Carnage maybe be slightly more aggressive in their holds. They do tend to be a little bit hyper-passive, if you can be hyper-passive. And that does give them some problems at times, as I keep saying. But in saying that, they should be able to get a few rounds on the board now. Ravens obviously on to the full eco here. Only a few flashes with the P250s being brought up. And it looks like they're just going to go for the Desperado strat through Carps. Let's see what happens here. As, well, they might be able to sink a bomb plant.
They might, but it doesn't look like it. Natasha does somehow escape that situation with an AWP in hand as well. It is a 1v4. Maybe she'll escape and survive with that AWP or get a couple more kills. Does still have 50 seconds left, so can play around quite a bit, trying to do something, but doesn't really.
But the thing is, she doesn't have bomb control. That is stuck on the ledge there, and well, unless she wants to try and risk going for a Carps once again, can't really do too much.
Oh, that's
good shot there onto Riv.
Wow.
Oh, gee, that was a quality shot there, and well, 20 seconds remaining. The round is all but gone at this point, but still a good regard stand there from Natasha just to get a few cheeky kills on the board, and more importantly, an AWP. That will mean that Ravens should be looking to get a full buy in the next, and looking at their economy, it should be relatively decent buy as well. Should be seeing at the very least basic rifles being brought up, and in the worst case scenario, maybe a few not for Masters, a few Galils, and maybe a UMP here or there.
Well, we do have that UMP coming out that you just mentioned. See whether it can do anything, but Ravens, is this going to be the downfall where they lose those 2 rounds that we haven't seen happen yet? Or will they be able to pick it up and keep it 4-4?
Very good question, but once again, I do have to bring your attention over towards top Nana. Carnage has given it over once again, and well, it hasn't really worked out for him so far because, well, if you've seen the past few rounds, which hopefully you have, but, you know, you might have lagged or whatnot, but anyways, the past few rounds they've left it open. Ravens have been able to just waltz on in, set up, and then roll onto B side, so hasn't been the right call so far for Carnage, but in saying that, both Connie and Riv are pretty nutty gamers, have decent enough aim, can play off of those positions, but in saying that, looks like Ravens are just going to be taking their time here. It will be a late sort of execute here, but 50 seconds remaining. They might even go towards the A side, but Trina looks like she might be making her way back over towards mid or even trying for around the world. That means the A side is all but off the table here for Ravens, and it looks like it will be B execute as Vixen starts to come in.
Swarming onto the site, they are going to be able to at least get the kill onto Connie, so that's going to be good for them. But the utility still heavily very
Oh.
much in favor, and they are just taking him down. A pistol even. Riv doesn't even need a primary weapon. They said they are perfectly fine silencing them with their silence pistol.
Definitely, and that is what Carnage really needed to do there. They gave up on flower pots and on coffins. They sent players over towards oranges and new box, and it worked out perfectly, especially for Riv. A nice little quadra there to pick up the 5th round there for Carnage, and as you said earlier, gain a 2-round lead advantage, which can be crucial on Inferno, but this map, probably one of the more balanced maps in Counter-Strike, so that gap can easily get taken away very quickly if Carnage are not careful enough. But in saying that, Ravens forced onto another eco here. Their economy in tatters at the current moment. We'll be able to get a full buy into the next, but yeah, it's going to be a tricky round. Not a lot of util. Do have a few deagles, and especially in Natasha and Vixen, they can be pretty sharp deagle gamers, so never know. Might see a bit of an upset, but as they look towards the A side, it's going to be a hard round for them.
It will be a hard round for them. You're absolutely right. I mean, looking at this, all right, BBN does hear some movement going in. They're just going to take a couple of shots. They are going to be able to find a couple of kills, and they drop the bomb. There's a deagle shot. My goodness, they will be able to get at least some result here. They do have an M4, but they don't check pit. Unfortunately, they only took one glimpse, and they do not manage to find somebody. And IPA will be able to wrap it up. They do dent the economy ever so slightly for Carnage, but you're absolutely right, especially with the fact that Carnage is a very patient team. They don't need to worry about rushing or trying to commit to kill to enemies. Like, BBN was the only one doing anything purely aggressive.
Yeah, Carnage don't really seem to be an aggressive CT-sided team here. They just took their time once again. Obviously, good round there from... Sorry?
Which I love, is what I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah, definitely. A lot of teams can over-aggress on Inferno, but it's saying that Carnage can be a team that gets a bit too passive. You know, they give up full top mid, they give up top niner, and, well, the T-side's able to just waltz in, set up, and delete them on the sides. But hasn't happened in a while here for him, so it's working out for him nicely, as obviously Ravens just taking the 1 minute breather here, wants to just try and cool down. I mean, they have to as well here. Snowball is slowly starting to grow for Carnage, and well, if they don't stop it soon enough, then Carnage will be getting a 1-0 lead, and well, giving that sort of advantage to the best female team in Australia, definitely not the right call. But as I say that,
the world.
I don't know about that one, Chief. I hate to break it to you, but
I mean, technically that would be who is it? Lazarus? The team from Russia, from WESG?
I wouldn't. We are talking about female Counter-Strike. I would say that I think it was either Dignitas or CLG Red are probably better.
No, it was
Lazarus,
CLG Red. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Lazarus came in second. They were in the grand finals at the very least.
Yeah.
Anyway, all very strong teams.
Yeah, exactly. Carnage is a strong team as well. They did themselves proud at the Intel Challenge at Katowice, but obviously still a bit more time for him to try and develop into the best in the world. But in saying that, still a long ways off yet. But back to the action at hand here. Once again, top Nana given over, and Ravens will just hold up in at Nana, take up their time, and well, it looks like it's just going to be another B execute here. Important to point out that Artemis has returned over towards Coffin, so let's see how this goes as Ravens push into sight.
Rift drops his flash. They are going to be able to find a couple hanging out of Coffin. They are getting a couple flashes, they're avoiding it, but they are getting a triple kill, and I mean, they're just going to leave this world after saving the team. Carnage is now in a very firm 4-round lead, and this is the kind of momentum we want to see, taking advantage of Ravens' aggression. And I really got to say, do you think there maybe is a difference in the prioritization of what they're buying? Like, maybe they should be trying to focus more on buying armor and utility rather than weapons?
I think their buying's actually pretty on point, to be honest. Ravens, it's just, well, I mean, the past few rounds over towards B-side, it's just been, especially Riv's just been popping up quite nicely. Obviously, the 4K a few rounds before, and then nice little twofer as well here. Obviously, Artemis is doing the majority of the work with the AWP, pretty much securing Carnage around there. But no, their buying is, well, they're buying yeah, they're buying what they need to, and it's just not working out, as obviously they
It's
are
just a
forced
matter
onto
of
it.
outplaying.
Yeah, exactly. That's all they
Okay.
need to do, but Carnage are in their groove now. They can play it passively without too many restrictions, and yeah, once they
Yep.
get into that spot, it's
Oh my
pretty
lord!
hard for Ravens to come through, but Hope getting herself a nice little triple there with the AUG, and obviously it's an eco round, so it is expected, but still, nice aim there from Hope,
Yeah.
as Ravens now stuck down to 1.
Oh, and a little bit of tactical crouching. Unnecessary, but all the same, they will be able to shut it down. Again, just Carnage just staying to their side, and they'll say, we won't bother you unless you come to ours. And just, it is really just a matter of like Carnage really does have like great tracking. And on top of that, they just really are having sort of a game of hot potato right now of seeing who's going to be the star of the show each round. Like Artemis been popping off. Riv just got a 3K earlier. BBon got a double through the smoke. Things are looking good for him.
And now they turn it up as well here because Riv goes aggressive into Nana. It's able to find one with the flash assist of Artemis. And Connie through the smoke, able to take down Jasmine. And well, Ravens in disarray. They can't really do too much. And yeah, when Carnage go aggressive, it's sort of like when a jockey pulls up a horse 50 meters before the end of a race. They know that they are in a dominating position and they can just put on the coolers and just cruise to the end of the half because, well, Ravens, they are in a bit of a tricky position.
Yeah, they are in a tricky position, and Carnage is kind of flourishing at the moment. Look at the economy. It's really good. They can go aggressive as much as they want to. And also the fact is that they get a great disengage. They're not greedy. They go for a frag. If they don't find it, they get tagged. They disengage as quick as they can, as long as they can live. And it's really, rewarding them a lot. They're getting so much value, and they're denying bomb plants as well, which is like another few $100s every so round that could have been great for Ravens to come back at it. And also on top of that, I mean, Ravens drop a lot of utility before entering the site. That just feels like at the moment they're getting shut down like this. They don't have any way to drop as many smokes as they want or flashes to be able to steer the team fight the way they want to. And I think as a T set, that's very, very important.
Yeah, definitely. If you have no control of the round or any part of the map, really, especially on Inferno T side, then you're pretty much just talking to a wall for the most part. As once again they try to go for the B side, but Riv just a bit too dominant, and well, Carnage will be able to pick up their 9th here. The economy for Ravens now starting to get mixed as Natasha can't do too much, only able to afford a CZ and utility lacking on the majority of these players. Thought that nade would have done a little bit more, but that's unfortunate to say the very least. But yeah, it's just seems like Ravens have fallen to the wayside a little bit here. Carnage have taken full control, and yeah, that's what's happening, really.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but if Raven just could get a few more rounds before the first half ends, they're still in this. And, arguably they're still in this right now. They've had a showing like earlier in the beginning when they had the momentum in their favor before Carnage kind of took that away from them. We saw a very convincing team that looked like they could easily cause the upset. Because technically you were speaking, Carnage is in the favor. But right now, Connie able to get Trina. Can they get the second kill? They do manage to tag Riv a little bit. But they are slowing down process. Throws a nade. Does a little damage. They actually do a little bit more. They actually just obliterate Trina out of the server right now. It's now 1-for-1. And a trade that I think would be more in value for Carnage at the moment. Things are looking up and up for them. Natasha will just go ahead and try to come and bring in some backup while Vixen tries to push in with Jasmine. See if they can get a plant. And you should probably try to go for it now as they're able to slow down the progression through Carnage. But BBon and they will just push through. They're looking for the 3K, but they do get shut down by Vixen. Coming in and saving the day. Just pops out of nowhere. Jasmine is able to get information, but they do get popped out. There's a back and forth, but it's not going to be enough. Open face plant. You do manage to finally get the bomb plant, but unfortunately it is just going to get shut down. They're going to pick up weapons that they so desire, and now Carnage again just looked so convincingly, getting trades that are way more in value for them than it would be for Ravens.
Yeah, definitely, especially that play from BBon. Definitely learning for a time in FPLC there. Just run straight through in towards on towards B side and just goes, "What's up, gamers?" and just deletes two of them off the map.
Yes, they got a hard to steal. They've been rushing through these smokes and just getting so many benefits right now.
Yeah,
Oh my
definitely.
gosh,
Yeah, that was a nice little Molotov there. A lot of damage taken off early from the T side as Ripsticks goes higher straight into mid or into Nana, and yeah, this is the story of the first half here on Inferno. Carnage, a bit slow start, but once they got into gear, well, yeah, that's all you can say really. They got into gear and they just cruised straight into the lead and have built up a nice little advantage into the half.
I can't help but thinking there might be something where they could invest into more utility as opposed to maybe getting it op. You know, maybe go 5 AKs, get more utility, try to even it out with that. Because there really, I feel like, is something maybe missing there in that retrospect, Chris.
Oh, definitely, but as BBR finds another 2 for the smoke, obviously just seeing the players out here. It's an easy round there for Carnage as they take out the penultimate, but
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. No.
Oh, well, go ahead, Chris. Well, they do kind of have an economy to maybe just invest into it. I mean, this is the last round and a half, but
yeah,
I guess this is where we just talk about what they should start thinking about in this next half to start, like, taking the trek over to getting into double digits along with Carnage.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be their main goal in the second half, but as I was saying, their bike has been pretty good, to be completely honest with you, in the first half. I mean, I understand why people would want to go for utility, but at the same time, I definitely understand why you wouldn't go for the AWP instead, because especially if you feel like you're not finding frags, that AWP can just give you that little bit of extra oomph that you need. Obviously, Vixen didn't need the AWP there to find the kill onto Artemis, finally being caught out for playing over towards barrels, but as they push into the B side here, this could just be the 4th round on the board for the T side, but here comes Connie able to find a double, but Vixen with a second. That'll be a bomb plant in the 3v2 to end off the half.
That's very true. They do manage to get the bomb plant, but can they keep the site going? They do manage to get BB on. Time is in favor for EPO, and they will be coming from Banana. They have a 2v2 situation. They have technically some utility to split up this fight if they so desire. They do get more information that one's hanging out in construction. They're caught in the crossfire. They got the deagle. Yeah, they're going to go for it. Artasha will just see if they can find it, but nice little headshot coming in. And they at least get one more round before going into the next half. Chris, I mean, this was a very convincing lead coming in for Carnage, and your statistics are speaking quite a lot of volumes here with the performance that we've been seeing.
Yeah, this is the reason why a lot of bookies were offering Carnage at $1.20. They're just a tier above the rest of the female scene in Australia, really. I mean, as I said earlier, Ravens on their best day can definitely take a map off them, but we're not seeing them at their best today, and, well, Carnage are punishing for that, or they're punishing him for it, so, yeah.
Is this their map pick, by the way?
Sorry?
Is this their map pick, by the way?
That is a good question. Unfortunately, I didn't get specific vetoes in time, so I would have to check that up with our producer, but I wouldn't be surprised if Carnage did pick this map. It has been a map they have played a lot of in the regular season. Mm-hmm. And also, as Connie gets a nice little shot there onto Natasha, someone in chat said Hope is playing with Broken Island. Well, if she is, then it's definitely not affecting her at all, as Willow Pogs out there finds the twofer and brings her back into a 2v2, and look where the bomb is dropped. That is a very tricky spot for Carnage to have to play with now, and with Jasmine just holding out in Connie might be going 6 feet under.
Could potentially, oh my gosh, Connie will go 6 feet under, like you said, maybe a few more inches on top of that. And, well, that is the momentum that you're looking for. If I'm not mistaken, actually, Raven have won both pistol rounds, so let's see if they can carry this one over and go the distance. Or if BB just goes ahead and buys another shotgun.
Would be good to see another Nova, but unfortunately Carnage, no bomb plant means no economy in the second. They will be going for AKs in the third. But in saying that, we all know what happened in the second round of the first half. Carnage just said, hi to Ravens and just delete them off the service.
Yeah, WMAS one.
The second round falter, but in saying that, the MP9s, they are pretty decent second round weapons. We should be seeing Ravens pick themselves up the 6th round, but yeah, as you said, it's trying to get a little bit of momentum back. That's what you do want to see, especially heading onto the CT side. And as well, they have a bit of utility to work with, so they can hold out Carnage until the last moment where they have to do an SK rush and should be all over, right over from there.
And this is where you can definitely, like, if you have the utility, you can definitely take advantage of Carnage's passive playstyle. You can do amazing flanks that are around the world, or you can just sort of manipulate them to see where they're going. They do get a little information that one's hanging out towards mid, but they're not, I think they're not aware just yet that Carnage is going in as a group towards Banana. And they will be in a little bit of a rude awakening for Raven. They do manage to get a couple of kills. And oh my god, yep, that is the element of surprise, my friend Chris. I'm just letting you know right now that this is, sometimes if you don't have the information and that passive style just coming into play, you don't give a lot of information, your enemy's not going to know where to put the majority of their resources.
Yeah, and as Willow makes her way into Coffin, I mean, definitely not the case here, but oh my god, Vixen starting to pop off here now. So after Arminus 1v2.
Oh, that's one.
What can she do? Can she find a second? She has to reload.
You gotta reload.
And she gets it! Able to hold it out, 3v1. But yeah, Carnage, that was a good round to go straight onto the B side. They just SK rushed in. Raven's couldn't do too much about it. They nearly lost a round though, Carnage. Obviously not having any armor as well. Did significantly, but Artemis, definitely one of the better players on this team. She's been playing at a relatively high level for a fair few years now, and that experience shows. Able to get the 1-for-3 clutch and or 1-for-2 clutch, sorry, and that's how the cookie crumbles in the second of the second half. Carnage pick up the 12th, and Ravens, they go straight into the bin.
Yeah, unfortunately, and also allowing Artemis to have that reload time as well was kind of huge. Unfortunately, just not pushing in there. But either way, it is a new round. It's a new day. The Raven, they obviously can win rounds, but they are just gonna have to play the waiting game right now. And Chris, is there any other things that maybe Ravens can do to improve on what they've always been trying to do very well?
Well, I mean, there's a lot they can do, but as I said earlier, Carnage is just on a different tier, and that is showing right now, especially in that last round. I mean, that could have been a nice little kill there for Vixen, but unable to just find the frag. This B side is going to be ripped wide open very shortly here. Jasmine unable to find frag, and yeah, that should be the 13th on the ball for Carnage. But as I was going to say, I mean, Ravens, they're doing the best they can. It's just not their day from so far, as Carnage is able to outmaneuver, outbuy, and pretty much outplay him at every opportunity so far.
Well, a friendly reminder that this is a best of 3, and there's a little thing called reverse sweep, Chris. So that is.
As a League of Legends fan, especially watching LCS on the weekend, please.
Oh yeah, that was. Oh man. Oh, were you a TSM fan?
No, I'm luckily a Liquid fan, so.
Okay, well, fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm guessing you're a TSM fan, aren't you, Baby?
No, I am none. I am no
Good,
fan.
because I was about to rip you a new one, so.
No, I haven't found I haven't actually found a CSGO, a League of Legends team that I'm a fan of yet. I tend to root for Asia scenes a lot more, just because I have such an experience with a lot of different esports in that field. Yeah, I have so much admiration for them.
Yeah, especially when looking at your EDGs, your JDGs, and obviously SKT. I mean, what can you not say about them? That's not going to be positive.
Yeah.
So, but
yeah, very true. But speaking of positivity, let's shift it on back to the Oceania region.
True, but just before we do go back, there is one thing that Ravens can do, and well, to paraphrase a recent League of Legends meme, go next fast, because unless they start to really pop off and do the near improbable, it's going to be hard for them to come back. They do find a 2-point over towards Nana, but with most of the players heading over towards the A side, this could be a cheeky round for Ravens, but just have to wait and see. Connie doing a lot of damage onto Willow.
Huge tag. as well. So we'll have to wait and see if that comes into play, if they could switch it up to a 3v3. Good disengage coming in, though. Jazz, it's interesting. Ravens are... They committed utility as well onto Site B. I think they're just expecting them to still go banana. And I think they are. I think they've just done the...
Yeah, they can't go
double
in now.
rotate, the double switch. Yeah, they got to commit to this now.
Well, look at Carnage. She's going to be so crucial in this round. She's coming in straight for a CT, and they won't know until it's probably too late as they start to push in.
Yeah, that's very true. Jasmine is able to catch Riv. Or, I'm sorry, Jasmine's able to catch Connie, but they are going to be able to shut it down. Raven finally does get a round on the board, and this does even out the economy a little bit for both sides. So this is kind of like the big trial moment. Can Raven start getting a string of rounds together?
Well, they have to really, because they lost buy bonus. Well, it's not looking too good, especially now if they lose this. They are all but giving up the 15th over towards Carnage, so it's crucial they win this round and that they win it convincingly here, as if they only win this by, let's say, one player, their economy is still in a pretty risky position, especially if players like Vixen or Tasha fall. So have to be careful of how they play, but if they keep going as they have in past few rounds, then there's no reason why that they can pick themselves up in 7th, as, well, here comes the Nana play. Jasmine, it's going to be very crucial.
Oh, can they at least get the trade, though? That's the big question. No, they just kind of fall back a little bit here, and that's unfortunate for them. They are going to peek through the smoke a little bit, but they're thinking about it. Oh, and I think they're going to just take that pick and walk away and just go to side A now that they've already done some damage. And already through pit, they do take out Vixen, and now they're kind of in a situation here where they're just going to get caught out altogether. Trina's able to get BB on. Can they find a second kill, though?
No, has to retreat.
Yeah.
Oh, he needs to see it. And that could be a crucial stuff up here, as that will allow the bomb to go
That
down.
is like
Trina will
half
get
their
caught
health
out.
gone.
Yeah, exactly. And just like that, the tables turn, the fates are changed, and Carnage will find himself with a 14th. Unless Willow also knows spot to find in the server can pog out, then yeah, Carnage have won the round. It was a good takeover towards the A side from him as well, especially from Hope, able to quickly clear out carpets and pit from the balcony. And then, yeah, from that point on, especially with the failed Molotov, they were able to get the bomb planted without much contention. And yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles into 20th here. Willow might be able to find a frag, but will be pincered out. No, she'll be able to find herself a double.
Ooh.
Will mean the economy of Carnage will be slightly hampered, but more than enough for Tees to buy once again. As they pick up the 14th. Sorry?
A little bit redeemable after that incendiary.
Oh yeah, definitely. A bit of redemption there. And now it will also mean that Ravens are able to get a fairly mixed buy-in, but they are now at the point of no return if they lose this round, because if Carnage go to 15th, their economy is all but dead, and when you have to buy pistol armor to try and keep yourselves in a game, at that point, it's all but over, really.
I always feel like at these rounds, you go for the save and you fight for OT. Because it's better to fight for OT with a lot of stuff rather than try to get some crazy like pickup play. But they do manage to get a couple of kills, and they do have the player advantage at the moment. So, I mean, that is some way to go with the momentum. There's not a lot of utility left for Carnage. They are going to shoot the smoke, and it is Artemis that's going to have the quicker time reactions, but still they still have the player advantage, and things potentially could turn around for Ravens.
Definitely could. They're now in the 4v3 position here, but that B side looking underdefended here. Natasha will make the rotation back over as Jasmine will throw out smoke, but Jasmine only has a P2000. She wasn't able to buy a lot, and well, that shows it's Artemis able to get the entry. And just like that, it's all up to Jasmine with the default. Can she find any sort of damage or even the kill? Or will this be all but over? She's going to be taken down, and that's a bomb planted. 3v2.
3v2, or technically 3v1, as both share the same amount of health for a full-on. That was one of the dumbest things I've ever said as well. But either way, it's fine. You're going to see a lot more higher IQ plays.
Connie does take the and then I mean, yeah, I mean, we may as well just share
Go next fast.
Go to the next map. But here we go, match point. It's coming in. Not much you can do. I don't know, maybe buy Nova, see what happens.
They can't even buy Nova without going with armor.
That's true.
As they do call another timeout here, obviously trying to think of what they should be doing in their last stand. But at this point, yeah, go next fast is probably your best call. Carnage, they've been all too dominant for the most part here. Definitely just, I mean, what
certainly
can you
have
say
taken
about
it. I think you can say their passive style really is something that has really challenged Raven, because Raven has been quite aggressive. While I admire the indomitable spirit and being able to commit to plays, and there's little to no hesitation from them, they have been kind of taken advantage. There's been corners that they haven't necessarily maybe peaked, or they have not checked long enough. There was, like, I remember earlier there was a moment where they managed to get a kill, but they didn't check pit long enough to see if there was a player. And one of the players from Carnage was able to take advantage of that. And that pretty much shut down their chances of winning that round.
Yeah, Hope was able to get a twofer in that situation. And yeah, Ravens definitely a bit of a huggier style to their game plan. Obviously, on the T side, they were able to do a fair few good executes, especially on towards the B side. Caused a lot of problems with the Carnage, but as soon as Carnage caught on, I mean, yeah, it seems like the map was lost from that point onwards, really. As now with Carnage having a 9-round lead on map point, it's going to be hard for him to try and lose enough rounds to go into OT, but yeah, it's definitely been a battle of the conflicting styles, and Carnage's passive style has won out in the end. As Ravens, in a very tricky buy situation, I mean, look what they've been able to get. You want Peas and Pistols. You don't normally win with those.
Well, this is match point here, so I'm not surprised. So, do what you can with what you got, and hope for the best. And I mean, also on top of that, I think what can also be translated down to as well between Carnage and Raven is Carnage doesn't like to give a lot of information, whereas Ravens, because of their aggressive style, it does allow them to get a lot of information. Oh, but right now Trina takes a shot and a chance, and they do manage to get Epo. So, waiting to see if that's going to be anything else. They are just going to go, not a huge crossfire, but a huge incendiary will be able to help Natasha be able to get Connie. Rift is able to get Jasmine, but they're getting caught off guard. But it is still 3v3. They're going to go through construction, but unfortunately, they don't really have a lot of armor to eat the damage. They do manage to get the trade, though, and it's still a 2v2 situation. No kit, so they do need to hurry up and try to just start focusing on this way. Beyond now realizing that maybe both players are here at the B side. Already turns around, does get one kill. Drops a flash. See what Vixen can do, but I don't think they have enough time. Yeah.
GG. And that will be the first half. 16-6 Carnage. And yeah, as most people expected, a dominant performance there. And well, Ravens, they couldn't do too much about it. As we do head on to our next map, we will be going to a quick break. But stay tuned for map 2 in the Instafrag Female Grand Final Series. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Instafrag Female Finals for the first season of 2019. I am Chris the Average. Thank you for joining us once again. As we now head on to Mirage for our second map in this BO3. The first map falling to Carnage, 16-6 on Inferno. And joining me in this adventure is the always lovely Beamy. How are you going, mate?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I mean, I don't know how I mumbled lovely, but you know, who knows?
I thought you just said Beamy, not Bemmy.
Either way, producer making sure that we're saying names and pronouns right. Shout out to our producer, by the way.
They can hear me. It's okay.
Good God.
Oh, they can? Are you joining us now?
Well,
You better stay.
well,
anyways, action over towards
there is action.
As Jazz gets herself a nice little toother to kick things off.
Oh, and like you said, like Raven starting off. I mean, hey, they've been the most consistent in winning pistols in this matchup. And
hey,
I mean,
Bemmy.
like, ooh,
I have a thing to say.
yes.
Oh,
Crab
here we go.
Warriors has $400 and didn't buy a kit.
Okay. But I mean, BB on is still
Oh
there,
my
and they
God.
get a 3K. No, this cannot be true. This cannot be true. But they don't have a kit.
Natasha
Yeah,
just
they
has to
don't have a
hide
kit.
behind this pillar and she wins. And
Pretty
that's what
much,
she's
yeah.
done, and the round is won. Bibi has no chance, and
Oh,
Natasha
that's a nice little flick.
does get
Oh,
that
and-
kill.
Okay. Well, like you said, also by the way, that Ravens have a very good chance of winning this because one, this is their map pick, and two, you can be a little more aggressive on Mirage than you can be on Inferno.
Oh, definitely you can be, but at the same time, there are a few sort of passive playstyles that can work in your favor for the CTs, especially if
Without
you're
a
playing.
doubt.
Yeah, if you're playing mostly towards ticket booth and bench, then you can definitely get a fair few frags, as those position gives you a fair, or not a fair few, a multitude of angles to peek to. So, but as Riv gets herself a nice little frag over towards Card, going to be a good start here for Carnage. And just a reminder, second round on Inferno, Carnage were able to get the eco and pick up that round. So let's see if history repeats as Artemis looked over towards unders where Natasha is lying in wait.
Lying in wait is the name of the game for Carnage, and already they got Natasha. They're just letting them come to them, and this is really just crazy unfortunate for the side of Ravens, as they do need to go to the site, but they already get shut down. Connie winning
And that's
the duel.
the bomb.
That is the bomb. That is the round. That is fortunate. And
not the round just yet. She can get pinced out here, Connie.
I mean, that's true, but
yeah, they're gonna know exactly
it's
what's
three
happening here.
Deagles. You got a kit. You have a flash. They have a flash.
Vivian has an MP9.
I'm not trying to call them. Yeah. I'm not trying to say that they're down and out. But I mean, these crossfires that Carnage have been making. It's less about Raven not being able to close out the round, but more in the confidence I have in Carnage being able to set up for fights like these.
Oh yeah, definitely, and that's what you do expect from Carnage. As I said earlier, obviously the better team in general, really. They should be able on paper, and from what we saw in Inferno on the server as well, but in saying that, new map, Ravens can obviously just come out of nowhere and completely delete their CT opponents, but
and it's
we're just
going to have to
wait and
early
see.
to say.
Oh yeah, definitely, but look how Connie's playing this. She's playing aggressive there over towards ramp entrance, and she's going to find herself a 2-for, maybe even 3, as Natasha just gets digged down the server, and just like that, Jasmine and Willow, 2v5, Bibian, the FPLC gamer, should be able to easily delete one of them off the server, and just like that, Jasmine in an H-clutch situation.
I'm not color surprised at all. This has been really amazing, but I do always pop off when I hear a Deagle shot and it confirms the head. It's just so amazing to see those. Oh my god, I love Deagles. They're my favorite.
It's one of the most pleasing things to see in Counter-Strike, just the 1D come out of nowhere.
In video games.
Oh, easily.
Easily. But Carnage, once again, easily showing us why they're a very strong team. Just going to be able to close this out. Jasmine just got a P250 to their name. And that's roughly about it. They do have the buy going into here. How do you buy into this? Not being able to get the bomb plant. It is a few $100s tonight. Not the end of the world, but still.
I mean, $800. You can do a lot of $800. You know, you could book yourself a small little holiday to IEM Sydney coming up in a few weeks' time.
I am excited for that.
Oh, that is going to be an amazing event,
and I won't be there. But I do wish everybody to have fun.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll get pissed for you.
Thank you.
No worries. As we do see Ravens now going for a pretty good mid execute here, but Willow will get caught out. They get down to 2 HP. And the split B might not be it, Chief, as Ravens are in a very hard spot. They can't do too much to try and get onto the side without being caught out and losing all of their players. As Willow will get spotted out, Riv playing from bench should be able to find himself a few frags, but here comes Jasmine.
And just get the trade and shoot down from kitchen. They lined up perfectly for Jasmine. Nicely done, taking advantage of that. Now it's a fight through kitchen. All right, BBon starting the momentum for them to take it back, but they already take out Artemis, and this is a 2v2 situation. BBon does have... Yeah, 1v2, thank you, sorry about that. But yeah, they do have the kit to their name, an M4. They're already aware. They're going to be dropping a flash just to keep moving. Not a lot of time left. There's a smoke. They do get the one. They shoot through Van.
you're gonna realize that they just have to commit to the plant. And Trina's gonna shut that down very, very quickly. That's another round going in favor, but I don't think they get to hold in the. Oh my God, they get to hold in the UK. Okay, so that's good. That's a round going for Ravens, and got an AK to boot.
Yeah, an AK to boot as well. That'll be good news here for Ravens. As well, I said they weren't going to go into the B side. I immediately take back my words, and we'll get punished accordingly by the Faced Gods, as I will not be able to win a pug for the next 10 years. But yeah, it was a good round there from Ravens. So able to overcome what was a pretty tricky set of barriers to just find the B site, get the bomb down. But in saying that, a good round there from Bibian as well. Obviously, she did get promoted to FPLC recently, and well, looks like it's paying dividends there. Able to almost win out the round, just wasn't unable to get the defuse. But in saying that, good round nonetheless, as once again, it's going to be another B-side hit here for Ravens as well. They're being deleted.
Yeah, they are being deleted, but it is very quickly going back and forth.
Wait, I need to point something out. Something Carnage was being deleted. Just to make that clear.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, it looked like for a second Raven was facing the heat as Jasmine did get tagged and they did lose Trina and Vixen, but you're absolutely right. Bibian, I think they're going for the save here. That is now 2 rounds in a row for Raven, and things are looking a lot chippier. And ooh, I think Bibian. Who's gonna win the duel here? Is it gonna be 3 health, or is it gonna be getting cough on guard? Oh, okay, well, never mind.
Well, that's a normal exit frag spot, so good call there for Willow to just check, and yeah, that will secure themselves around. As will Ravens get the pause? No.
Nah. I mean...
Well, that's unfortunate, but looks like they were expecting it, so... Yeah, so no issues there, as...
I mean, they're feeling good right now, so...
Yeah. Why stop a good thing, as Vivian will get spotted out. One body shot from Vixen will force her off the angle for now, but... Yeah, it's been a good start to the map here from Ravens. Obviously exerting a lot of B control, especially for apartments, have worked for him like a charm. But in saying that, it's sort of like Inferno, having a lot of B control early, but then Carnage warmed up, and well, look what happened.
Very true, but the thing is like we said, that this is their map pick, so I think they are a lot more comfortable with knowing how to deal with the B situation. They could shut it down very quickly. Also, on top of that, there's less angles to worry about, technically, of where the CT is coming. They're either coming through kitchen or catwalk. Very few times they'll go round very wide and like surprise you through apartments, but that's like little to not happening. So I mean, this has been really good for them. They are going on to the A site right now though, because they don't really have to worry much about pistols. Just shutting it down one by one. Chris, I mean, they did deny the bomb plant, but
oh, just missed it.
But they still have the momentum going for them, and I think Paw's still not coming in, so I guess they're just gonna forego it. But yeah, what do Carnage need to do here? They do have some utilities and weapons to their names, so what kind of damage do they need to deal right now?
Well, their big problem right now is trying to deal with that split B approach, really. I mean, you just see Ravens just getting easy mid control there, especially through Cat, and they're just pushing straight in towards Kitchen as well, so probably just have to try and neutralize the threat early and go from there. But quick rotation over here for Artemis, as will be an early 1-for-1. She'll be able to get a few more frags here as well, as she finds the double. No, she actually whiffs, and just like that, Victim will be allowed an opening, but doesn't matter in the end, as Carnage is able to pick up their third. And I was going to say before all the action was happening, they need to start sending a few more resources over towards the B site, or at the very least trying to hold down mid. That's what they did. It was a quick rotation from Artemis over towards Kitchen, and it paid dividends for them. They pick up the third, and they close the gap back down to 1.
I wonder if they're starting to read also into the situation that they've been doing a lot of full pushes. There's never been like trying to bait out utility and maybe get a couple of frags before rotating to the other site. Like, it's always just been them as a group maybe trying to get control of mid while the others try to push onto the site, and then they would catch up with the rest. But it's been pretty much just committing to one site or the other. And I mean, Carnage could read into that situation very, very well. Because how would you feel if they like kept maybe 3 in one site and then 2 in mid, and then like if they went, let's just say 3 in A, 2 in mid, and then they had nothing in B, but they were able to just fully rotate into B. It seems like they're able to take a site very, very quickly on the side of Carnage.
They definitely can, but as they head on towards the A side, they're going to have to be very quick here because looking on side, Connie and BBR, they can frag up Storm.
Yeah, and already they racked up a couple of kills. As a couple of mollies, unfortunately, not going in their favor. They're trying to throw it here just to flush out, but nobody's on heaven, but they do manage to get Artemis. But they're already Natasha's tagged. Jasmine and, well, are really just the last one remaining. They do manage to get Riv. They're slowly working their way through. They're getting good advantages, and they actually do manage to win, but unfortunately, again, no chance of a bomb plan.
No bomb plan, but still a good round there from the Ravens. They're pretty much just able to win out in the war of attrition. We're able to find the twofer to end things off, and yeah, good round at the end there for Ravens. Good round as well from Carnage. They just weren't expecting as hard of a push on towards the A site. And plus having Willow pretty much in full health for the entirety of that play gave them the edge, and in the end, the edge paid dividends for him as they will be defaulting back towards B side. Riv has to make a quick ball back to get right, and now she needs to frag up Storm.
That's a good way to start working on it. They do manage to get to pray a little bit of tag damage onto their teammate, unfortunately, but they do manage to get the kill, and they still have the player advantage, so they are not truly worried. Hanging out in kitchens, seeing what they can find is going to be Artemis, seeing what they can do magically with that Deke. I mean, they are their Opper, so sometimes the deagle play can be translated into it. They got to be very, very careful, and BBon is not afraid to try to rack up kills. They do manage to get Vixen. There is no kit, unfortunately, though. But they do manage to rack up the kills. I mean, even if they won that fight, I don't think there was enough time to do it.
Yeah, they need to get those 2 kills pretty much simultaneously there, but yeah, didn't really like the drive peak from BBR. There was a bit of a risky play, didn't work out, and especially, I mean, I sort of understand, especially when the timer's getting along that far. You do need to go for it, but probably wasn't the right call. Maybe going around Africa might have been the play, but doesn't matter in the end, as Carnage will lose their 6. But now, change of pace here. The Eco, they go straight in towards the top mid. You see a lot of teams go for this sort of fast mid play now, and well, it's working for him as Artemis finds 1, 2, and a third. We'll be able to get out as well. Can she find a 4th? No, Willow gets a double spray down. And she's the last player left standing, just like that.
Wow, that's
was fast.
Amazing. Yeah, that I have no idea. I literally can't process that.
So I'll tell you what happened. They rushed mid. They get frags.
Yeah.
GG, well played.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
The wonders of a P250 eco on Mirage. You just rush mid and hope for the best, and 2 times out of 10 will work out, and we're seeing that 20% happen.
20%. That's a pretty big percentage for having a couple of P250s, I guess.
Although in saying that, the A side tunnel left completely open, so, you know, yikes.
It's a 1v3.
No armor, though.
No armor, but living on a prayer, and you do have a deagle, so they could do a lot of damage onto them. They don't have a kit, though, like you said. They don't have a kit either, so they do need to commit to this play right now, but I guess they don't...
Too sharp.
Okay, yep. Alright.
That's the second time they've been EK'd as well here, so... Yeah, definitely a weak point in there for Ravens, so we're not expecting the hyper-aggression, and... Yeah, that's how the round goes. I mean, it's just a simple EK on Mirage. No way you can put it, really.
Quite right. Quite right. Alright, well... No pause coming in. Carnage able to rack up a couple of rounds now. And like you said, after a while, they started to learn the playstyle of Raven. just how they handle the map and what corners they tend to peek at, and they take advantage of that full well. And now Ravens, their economy is not looking good as it once was, and look at this. Now Artemis is now feeling good that they even bothered to buy an AWP.
Yeah, obviously I was expecting an AWP, but once again, it looks like Ravens are going to be defaulting over towards the A side here, but look at that nade. That was beautiful from Connie as they quickly lose 2 here, Ravens. And a third and a fourth.
Oh, Connie.
Now that is some, that's some gamer action if ever I've seen one, as Jazzy now in the 1v5, Artemis? Oh, there we go. I thought Artemis would be in a bit of a tricky spot there, but doesn't matter as, yeah, another quick round there. Carnage just rushed through another 5th. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good flick, but yeah, I was actually thinking Jasmine saw Artemis as well, and it was going to be an easy 2 for in the A side open, but no.
I think that was an unfortunate play smoke. And, well, either way, it doesn't really matter. BBR gets the kill, and do manage to trade in return, but still, they don't really have a lot of utility to hold on the site once they try to commit to one. Looks like they're going for B. Don't really know what to do at the moment. I guess they're just trying to figure out what they should do.
Yeah, it's a tricky spot to be in right now if you are Ravens, because you see Carnage, they have a 1-1-1 set up here. Obviously, with Artemis in a perfect spot to have a 10-second rotation to either site, 5 seconds in reality for B. It's going to be hard for Ravens to try and push into any of these sites, really, unless they try and clear out CTN with it Artemis, but looks like they will be faulting back over towards B. Really, the only place you can rush now with some sort of confidence, because they go anywhere else, more than likely they'll get jumped on by either of these Carnage players, and that could be the round all but over.
Well, let's see what they can do. Hop off and Van, they'll find out that there's nobody there, just Artemis just hanging out, and gets the double kill. Hanging out in kitchen, they are whipping up something quite deadly at the moment for the Ravens, and Carnage is looking like they're just going to pick up another round right here and tie it up 6 for 6. See if they can get another kill, but both's not going to be able to find anything, and Carnage, they are slowly making their way back up.
Yeah, slowly making their way back into this game. They tie things up here at 6-all, and as I said earlier, Artemis playing just behind our Murder Hole. Works out like a charm for Carnage. He's able to make a quick rotation to Kitchen. She finds himself a nice little twofer with the big green stick, and that pretty much kills a round for Carnage as Ravens. It looks like they are going to default here to a fast apartments play here. We'll see some under pressure coming out for Jasmine, but yeah, their economy is now reset here. They will only have to save for 1 round, however. Should be able to get full buy into the next, but definitely a different sort of round here for T-side, as they have a 2-2-1 setup here with Trina just playing out towards ramp.
Oh, Riv hanging out, like you said, and they are going to be able to find a couple kills there. And I mean, this is pretty much just a safe round at the moment. But I mean, let's talk about this, Chris. What are things that are Raven doing that they are doing a lot better than they were on Carnage's map? Because obviously this is a lot more closer of a game that we're seeing right now than they were against Carnage back in Inferno.
Yeah, it feels like it's just the change of map that's working out for Ravens. Obviously, this is their map pick, and Mirage tends to be slightly more in favor to the more puggy, aggressive styles we are seeing from Ravens, especially in the early rounds where they just rushed through apartments and Cat. It worked out perfectly for him, but as with Inferno, the fast play style is slowly being snuffed out by Carnage, who is slowly starting to get snowballed back into their advantage. And well, if Ravens can't find a bit of a change of pace shortly, then we might be seeing a quick 2-0, and Carnage, as expected, will be the victors of Instafrag Season 1.
Starting to look like that, as they do have a 7-6 lead right now. And a beautiful nade, unfortunately, onto Natasha, so that's a lot of damage already gone. But Artemis will be denied any sights. They just go ahead and put that smoke. They just don't want to worry about that at all. They just want to worry about what's either coming from the left or right of them. Riv is not going to give them the pleasure. You're going to see that utilities coming out of smoke as well, and they're going to be aware that somebody is potentially there. They're just trying to lock down mid right now to see what they want to do. It looks like they're just going for the side A. Hang out over at Palace, and now they're just going to drop down. They do manage to get BB on, and BB not going to be able to rack up any kills. They try to shoot through the smoke. A lot of damage is going to be tagged. Connie's going to be able to find Jasmine. Still back and forth. They're pushing through. Oh my gosh, Connie is just going to walk through the flames and will be rewarded with Trina. Holy smokes. Let's see what happens. Vixen will be able to take out Epo, and oh my gosh, BBN is able to get the trade. Oh my gosh, they're going back and forth.
Smoke criminal.
Bo has 19 seconds left to plant the bomb, win a 2v1 situation, which is very doable. Artemis is at 12. Dropping in Syria, they're not going to find it, but they do manage to find Bo. And that's going to be it. What happened there?
Smoke criminal things happen there. As Connie, once again, just spamming through smoke. Obviously, the GoTV smoke is a little bit different to what the players see on their screens, but still, that was another good round there from Connie playing over towards Ticket. Able to get the spray down through the smoke, finds herself a 3k, and that ends the round out once again as Carnage will secure themselves a half and possibly even a 9-6 half as well, as the economy for Ravens are a bit over the shop here. Won't be able to go rifle or full armor for majority of the T-side players, and be interesting to see what they do here. Wouldn't be surprised if they go maybe for SMG full armor util, especially players like Natasha and Jasmine. Or actually, two players won't be able to get the rifle armor properly, but they'll just default to Galil to pick themselves up a flash and a smoke. Natasha obviously stuck with no util by picking up the AK-47, and yeah, that's what you probably expected here, and that's all I can say, really.
That's fair enough. I mean, it's been pretty much lather, rinse, repeat for the most part at the moment for Carnage, as they've been able to just kind of close it out and shoot through smoking. Connie again. Are you okay, Connie? Because you are going nuts along with BBN. Because you've been struck by some pretty good skills.
You ruined it, mate. You ruined it. I hate to tell you, but you ruined it.
I know. I hate to tell you this, but it's like 5:30 in the morning. I am trying my best, dude.
Look, understandable, but at the same time, you blew it. Anyways, 9-6 after Carnage.
Thanks for the call out.
But yeah, Connie with another smooth criminal play there, or smoke criminal play, really, as I should be getting called out right now.
No, I like punts.
Thank you very much.
Proper dad joke right there.
Thank you very much. But yeah, it was another good round there from Carnage to end the half, and as they move on towards the T side here, obviously we saw Riv just having, well, not Riv, sorry, we did see Ravens having a pretty strong CT half to kick things off on Inferno. Let's see if they can replicate that and go 4 for 4 in pistols, as, that is unfortunate for Sonya. Fast play onto the A side here for Carnage, and they're going to find themselves in a 3v5, make that a 3v2, and that could be the first pistol round for the series. Yes, it will, as they drop like flies.
They get the bomb plant as well. Vixen, unfortunately, not going to be able to land their shots, and they do get punished for that.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. That round could have easily changed, but Carnage will head into double digits here, only 6 away from a 2-0 victory here in the grand final. And now Ravens, well, they just have to hope that this aggro player towards the A side works out, because, well, look where Carnage is heading over towards too, and I'll tell you, a lack of blue on that side.
Yeah, lack of blue is on that side. I guess really one of the few times they feel absolutely comfortable. Oh, when there's no CTs on the site, they're just going to be pushing through.
kitchen, seeing what they can find, but at the moment, not gonna be able to rack up any kills. Unfortunately, these pistols, you're not gonna have any miracle rounds with it at the moment. Not gonna be even able to exit out or take any kills, it seems, unless they do something magical. But I mean, they are getting caught very quickly off guard.
They are, but in saying that, it is an eco round, so you sort of expect Carnage to do what they did there.
Yeah, I'm not like expecting anything magical, but
Yeah.
would have been nice to at least dent the economy in one way or another.
Yeah, would have been also good to see. Well, it would have been good to see if they just actually rushed through Rampart Palace just to make sure that there was no one through there and make a rotation over towards B, but it didn't happen. They obviously just decided to stick with the hard hold and just didn't work out for him on the eco, as we are going to see another fast play here from both Hope and Artemis. Hope will be spotted out, but she has a Mac 10. She's allowed to go drive-by style, and she'll be able to find one kill and a lot of damage. But it doesn't really matter as Carnage cleared the B site. Going to go for A anyhow. Vixen has to pog out. No, she can't, and just like that, Carnage, a good play across the map here as they have full control, and they'll have themselves as 12.
Oh golly, this is getting scary. Jazz may be able to find. Nope. Connie's just literally like.
Screw this! I want to go and play some scrims.
They're like, just want to play more of Vertigo.
Vertigo's a good map in my opinion.
Do you like Vertigo? It seems to have divided the nation 50-50.
Yeah, well, it's a different style of map. I mean, I know I wasn't around, but I've done a lot of research into it, but it feels like when Overpass and Cobble came into the map rotation, a lot of people were going, oh, what the hell is this? This is not how you're supposed to play Counter-Strike, but then we slowly got used to it, and now, especially Overpass, it's one of the more preferred maps in the pool at the moment, so I think we're seeing a bit of that, and over time, people get used to Vertigo, and they'll get used to that different sort of play style you need for the map, and we'll see it become one of the greats, in my opinion.
I think that's a fair assumption, or a way of looking at it. I think what mainly people are bothered by is that Cash was rotated out, and I think Cash was like one of the maps that they liked. I think a lot of people went like, if you're gonna put in a weird map, you may as well just like rotate Nuke.
Yeah, but in saying that, Cash is obviously being upgraded by F and Pone, and in saying that as well, Mirage was rumored to be the map that was actually going to get rotated out, but compared to the other maps, wouldn't mind seeing Mirage being out of the pool just for even a few months, just to give it a bit of an update, you know?
Yeah, a little facelift. I do appreciate that from Valve. I think that's one of the cool things about them is that they will revisit old games and go like, you know what? We learned from our past and now we're progressing. Hopefully Ravens will be able to learn from their past rounds to be able to try to put some rounds together. I mean, this is a map pick, and at the first half, during the beginning, they have shown a very convincing momentum. I think they really just need to mix up how they rush onto the site. I don't think the aggression's wrong. I just think maybe it's repeating itself a lot. Like you said earlier, you know, Carnage is able to read into the situation once they start getting a read onto their opponent. And, I mean, they seem to be able to get a hold of Raven.
Yeah, if you just go stack for so long, a team like Carnage will eventually read in and they'll adjust accordingly. So, and that's what we saw, especially on both CT sides we've seen from them so far. A bit of a weakish start, and then once they got used to their defense, they just came in and just destroyed, as we were able to find one that will be quickly taken down. The A side, what we're given over at this point, Natasha might be able to hold it out, but will be forced from jungle with Molotov. That will be re-blasted once again, and that should be the bomb going down as well, but not before Artemis is able to find a Willow, brings into a 3v2 with the players over towards Ticker Booth, and make that a 3v0. I'm ready to call it, to be honest. This is it. GG.
I'm just gonna anytime everybody says this is pretty much the end, statistically they may be right, but I always like to refer to that one match between Mouse Sports and Quantum Bellifier at the Boston Major.
I repressed that map from my memory. Why you bring it back?
I mean, it seemed like Mouse Sports had it, and then all of a sudden QBF just closed it out.
Yeah, that
You
was
get-
that was an interesting map to say the very least. But
Yeah, well, all right. I'm just saying the
Anyways.
impossible is not impossible. It's actually very doable, and already we are seeing that from Riv. I mean, they managed to
Natasha
tag.
as well.
Yeah, yep. Epo is already tagged, and they haven't planted the bomb yet. The bomb.
I mean, they can't really when the bomb's in Natasha's control, but Hope getting the kill on 9. And that puts Natasha into a very tricky situation here because she can easily get double pushed out from apartments and unders, and well, the way she's playing it, she's falling back towards the bedroom area. Let's see what she can do here because it's a tough spot to hold, but Carnage might be able to find themselves on a championship point at this point as Artemis will make her way out. We'll find Natasha. Goodbye with the P250 dink, and that's Carnage with one hand on the trophy.
One hand on the trophy. They are indeed, and yeah, this is pretty much looking like it's gonna be it. So OT, they at least have a little bit better weaponry, yeah, to go into this, but not too much armor.
Yeah, armor's lacking, but in saying that, you don't need head armor against AKs and AWPs when they'll just one-shot you no matter what. But the A-side hole not looking too good here for Ravens. They've already lost the sight. There's going to be an earlier retake coming out from Natasha. We'll be able to find Hope, but trades are starting to come through. Bomb will be planted very shortly here. And 4v2, this might just be it.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Yeah,
and 4v1.
Bomb's been planted. There's no kit. That's
It's
pretty much it. Yep.
GG.
Yep. Carnage doing the amazing work that they do, and I mean, honestly, they can't have looked this good without working as hard as they have, and it is a very well-deserved win.
Yeah, definitely well deserved. I mean, they are the best female team in Australia. This wasn't expected, or this was the expected result. Ravens, they did show some of their positives, but unfortunately, it just wasn't their day. And a double 16-6 scoreline here for Carnage will see them be your champions of the first ever season of the Instafrag Female League. But in saying that, it's been a fun season to cast. I know myself, I've been doing a fair bit of casting for it, and well, it's been good to see both some old talent from WPGI and those sort of days come back into the scene, and obviously some of the new players, obviously Downfall are the obvious team in that case. But yeah, first season's now over, and we wait with bated breath for the second season. Anyways, I've been Chris the Average. I've been joined by Bemi in this grand final cast. Thanks to you and me behind the screen. Yeah, behind the screen for our production, as he just talks into my ear and tries to ruin my outro. But yeah, make sure you follow us on Twitter, the teams, and CappingTV, along with Instafrag as well. But until next time, thank you all so much for watching, and have a very good night.